this Keyblade.
Is that?
Oh, don't give me that. You already know who that is. Don't stop playing with us, Mickey. You know full well who that is. This is your fault, dude. This is your fault. You left her there. You left her 10 years, Mickey. Fucking 10 years, dude. I mean, what you think was gonna happen? This is the realm of darkness. This ain't no park with squirrels running around, flowers sprouting, you know, the nice spring rain coming on down with those sun rays glistening against those rosy pink cheeks. This is the fucking realm of darkness. What'd you think was gonna happen after spending 10 godforsaken years in this place, my dude? You said nothing. How could you let this happen, dude? How could you let this happen? You know what, Mickey? You know what I'm thinking? You know what I'm thinking? I hope that Minnie gets scooped up by Xehanort. You know, I hope she gets scooped up by Xehanort. You've had this coming towards you for many years now, my boy. Many years. How could you let this happen, though, dude? I mean, it's Aqua. All she wanted to do was save her friends. She's never hurt a soul. Screw this series, dude. I gotta be too emotionally invested. Okay, let's talk about the real stuff. What's going on, guys? It's Cynical, and welcome back to another Kingdom Hearts 3 news and information video. Today for you guys, I thought we'd sit down and talk about quite possibly the most heart-wrenching scene out of all of the scenes that we got to see within the most recent Kingdom Hearts 3 trailers. It wasn't Pirates, even though Pirates, oh my god, Pirates. It wasn't Frozen, even though, oh my god, Frozen. It wasn't the Replicoo scene. This man's back? No, it was the Aqua scene at the end of the Frozen trailer. This has had people freaking out ever since it was debuted earlier last week, and oh my god, for good reason. I don't think that many of us were really expecting to see this, and also see this in a trailer formation. I mean, we kind of assumed that because, you know, at the end of 0.2, Aqua wasn't saved or anything. We were expecting her to be saved from the Realm of Darkness, but that didn't end up happening. So I guess most of us were assuming that something bad would end up happening to Aqua and that it would be more so elaborated on in Kingdom Hearts 3, because she still hasn't been saved. Now we actually know sort of the fate that has actually happened to Aqua. Aqua has fallen to the darkness, or more so it looks like that she is now suffering from Xehanort possession. She has been knotted, my dude. So let's get into that topic in itself, because I know as of right now there's like 1,000 nerds ripping each other apart over the argument of Aqua's fallen to the darkness, but no, she's knotted. And these are two very distinctly different things. One being, you know, fall into the darkness. Aqua has spent a very, very long time in the Realm of Darkness. And after a certain amount of time, like Aqua was explaining in 0.2, eventually the heart will succumb. It will become possessed through the darkness that is, you know, everywhere in that place. She is literally, like, in a place where there is nothing but darkness. And over time, you can sort of assume that something would end up happening to her. The other argument here is that Aqua has been knotted, which means that Xehanort has put a piece of his heart inside of Aqua so that she can become a Xehanort vessel. And at this point, many of us are assuming that she could also be one of the potential seekers of darkness out of the total 13. Now, this is my own personal opinion, and this is my sort of insight towards it, so take it as you will. I personally believe that Aqua has not fallen to darkness, but rather she is suffering from Xehanort possession. Like we've seen throughout the series, and like even Tetsunuma has explained within Ultimanias, the amber eyes as well as the silver hair are key traits of Xehanort, and furthermore, Xehanort possession. There is also the pointed ears thing, but it's kind of hard to see Aqua's ears as they are actually covered by her hair, so we're not entirely too sure about that. Now, I don't want to completely rule out the possibility of this being a possessed Aqua and an Aqua that has fallen to darkness, not so much an Aqua that has been possessed by that of Xehanort, but yeah, an Aqua that has actually fallen to darkness. We know that she has spent a very, very long time in the Realm of Darkness, and like I was saying before, I don't think we should rule out the possibility of her spending so much time in this place could eventually lead to that of her being possessed by the darkness in itself and not so much Xehanort. Again though, it comes back to the whole trait thing, and I have also seen a lot of people saying, well, you know, we have a lot of different Xehanort vessels at this point for Kingdom Hearts 3. We have Luxord, we have Xigbar, we have Larxene, And these characters have one Xehanort trait in particular, which is really the key trait, and that is the amber eyes. This pretty much represents the fact that, yes, you have a piece of Xehanort's heart within you. You are being used as a vessel. However, though, one distinct trait that they are actually missing is the silver hair. Now, if we actually think back to Dream Drop Distance, when Sora makes his way to the world that never was, Xigbar actually mentions that he is now half Xehanort. Now, Xigbar obviously lacks the silver hair, but he does have the amber eye, again showing that he is possessed by that of Xehanort. Now, Xigbar specifically mentions that he is half Xehanort. And I can only imagine in a situation where Xehanort wants to use Aqua as a vessel and possess her, put a piece of his heart in hers, and would most likely do everything in his will and power to ensure that she is 100% possessed. What I'm essentially saying is, I believe that Aqua's Xehanort possession is much greater than just half. Hence the reason why we're seeing the silver hair on top of the amber eyes. There is also a very distinct and good reason for Xehanort also wanting to possess Aqua. We should know that Aqua currently is the only person that knows the whereabouts of Ventus's location, and even furthermore, she is the only person that can actually access the room in which Ventus is residing in, this room being the Chamber of Waking. For many years now, Xehanort has wanted to re-track down Ventus, and I believe that this coincides with the fact of also bringing back Vanitas. We know that Vanitas is back for Kingdom Hearts 3, and that he is obviously playing a Seeker of Darkness role. It also makes me think that when we see Vanitas in the Monsters Inc. world, could this be a point in the Kingdom Hearts timeline where Xehanort has already possessed Aqua and furthermore has used Aqua to locate Ventus? Because it is a little bit confusing as to how Vanitas has returned. The only real way that Vanitas is able to return is if Ventus returns. You guys should obviously know that Vanitas is the physical embodiment of Ventus's darkness. However, though, in this scene, we do see that Vanitas mentions that a piece of Ventus's heart is still residing within that of Sora, so maybe it's not the case. Maybe we don't actually fully need Ventus to be back, because clearly Vanitas is trying to get to Sora in order to get closer to that of Ventus. It would also appear that there have been possible instances of teasing towards this fate actually happening to Aqua. In Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, during Vanitas's and Aqua's first encounter, after you defeat Vanitas, at the end of that, he actually mentions that it never hurts to have a backup. Now, this could mean one of two things. This could possibly be referring to the fate that Aqua has now faced, with her being possessed by darkness, or of course being used as a Xehanort vessel. However, though, this could also be in reference to that of using her as a replacement of Ven. If in case Ven's light wasn't strong enough to forge the Keyblade, Aqua would then be targeted to fill in that role. As I assume from the fight, he managed to judge her skills and the power of her light was definitely strong enough to be viable of that to craft the Keyblade. And also when looking at 0.2 Birth by Sleep, especially within the World Within area of the game, Aqua is constantly referring to that of like how if she spends too much time here, the darkness will eventually seep into the cracks of her heart. I mean, I guess we didn't really pay too much attention to this when initially playing through the game, but now when we see the fact that Aqua is possessed by either darkness or a Xehanort vessel within the Dark Margin, a lot of what she's actually saying in 0.2 definitely makes sense. She knew that this kind of fate would end up happening to her, and it has. It's kind of almost sad to think about. She was warning us as players. My god. There was also an interview between GameSpot as well as Brandon, who is the Kingdom Hearts brand manager, and during this interview they actually got onto the topic of the Aqua situation. Now, he responded to this situation saying that yes, we can see that Aqua has hints of Xehanort possession.
She's been in the dark world since Birth by Sleep, and yeah, we kind of saw hints of that Xehanort possession in her eyes.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've heard on the internet, you know, Aqua got Norded is a meme I saw going around, so.
There has also been other interviews where they've mentioned that it's possessed by darkness, and even within an interview with Tetsuya Nomura, which is this one right here, we had a scene with Aqua in that announcement of Frozen, and I was actually just surprised that there was the same or more buzz surrounding Aqua because Frozen was supposed to be the big reveal. I was just surprised when people were surprised she had fallen to the darkness. So yes, fallen to the darkness. Again though, it seems to be that Square Enix, in amongst these different interviews, whether it be Brandon or of course Tetsuya Nomura, are being extremely vague on exactly what kind of possession Aqua is currently suffering from. Whether it just be plain old darkness, or whether it be Xehanort possession, using Aqua as a vessel. Of course, this will be completely elaborated on when we actually do get the game in itself, but really, there are people out there literally killing each other over the fact of whether or not Aqua is just simply possessed by darkness, or whether or not it's just, you know, simple Xehanort possession. Guys, please, just stop killing each other. It's fine. We'll eventually find out about it. There's no need to get your pitchforks out. Jeez. However, let's read up on some news and information about this situation. Continuing from the interview between Game Informer and Tetsuya Nomura, upon Tetsuya Nomura speaking towards that she has fallen to darkness, he continued to say, I, of course, know the entirety of the storyline, so in fact, there are more surprises, and some even bigger than that. I just wonder if everyone will be okay. So I remember tweeting out about this last week while I was at E3 when this information came out, and my god, Nomura, stop. Stop, dude. What are you doing? No, seriously, Nomura, what are you doing, dude? What am I doing? Jesus. We already know that Kingdom Hearts 3 is going to be the darkest and most emotional entry into the Kingdom Hearts series. And from what Tetsuya Nomura has said here, okay, right, you think the Aqua thing is pretty deep, it's pretty dark? Oh, my boys, there is gonna be some darker and some deeper things going on in Kingdom Hearts 3 compared to this. You know, I really don't know if I'm, like, emotionally prepared for this game. I'm serious, my boys. I don't know if I can do this. And the comment towards, I just wonder if everyone will be okay, this really, really screams the fact that at some point in Kingdom Hearts 3, most likely towards the end, we are likely to lose a beloved character. I mean, if it's Terra, though, see you later, Terra. Goodbye, Terra. See you later, dude. No, but seriously, from the sounds of it, it does seem like we are going to be losing someone in this game. And I'm both scared and very excited at the same time. I feel like something like this really needs to happen to, you know, obviously display the severity of the situation. And I think we have really been waiting for someone to actually completely 100% perish for the entirety of the series. I mean, I get that Xion is no longer here. Xion, you'll never be. And I get that Eric has kind of passed away, but then there are, like, sort of hints towards him possibly returning as well. I mean, the old saying goes with Kingdom Hearts, no one truly dies, but I kind of feel like in Kingdom Hearts 3, this is going to happen. And that's kind of scary, but exciting at the same time. And while Tetsuya Nomura was speaking to GNN about all of the juicy Kingdom Hearts 3 stuff that has recently come out, they got onto the topic of the Aqua stuff as well. GNN said, in the trailer it appears that Aqua has signs of being affected by the darkness. Fans are very concerned about it. Nomura said as of now we cannot reveal the reason why Aqua is now in that state, for obvious reasons. However, that does not mean there are no chances of rescuing her. For that part, it depends on the hard work of the players. This is a pretty interesting response, and I've seen a lot of people talking about this to the extent of people saying that, hold on, in Kingdom Hearts 3, are we actually going to have some form of decision-making or choice towards actually saving or rescuing Aqua? Now, personally, I don't believe that this is kind of what, like, Tetsuya Nomura is saying when it comes down to it. Kingdom Hearts and the story it contains, it's a self-contained story, right? And the story doesn't rely on any sort of decision-making or choices. I also believe that if a system like that was actually implemented into the game, it would then create massive confusion towards the canon of the series itself with different branching paths. And for me personally, like, I just prefer a solidified story, one that has been pre-planned, rather than a story that has multiple different choices and pathways. Don't get me wrong, I think games like that are absolutely fantastic, you know, giving players the choice and decisions to see where the story can branch off to in many different directions, but Kingdom Hearts just isn't that kind of game. However, though, I mean, he might be teasing towards something like this. He could be, because I really don't know what to make of this response with him saying that this part of rescuing Aqua comes down to the hard work of the players. This might just be in reference to, okay, you play the game and eventually you get to the point where you save her. That could be like what he means behind hard work of the players, because as we know, Kingdom Hearts 3, it's going to be a massive game. We're going to be spending a lot of time playing this. However, guys, that is all for today's news and information. I thought I'd talk about the Aqua situation, mainly because it's like the most talked about thing, like, out of all of these trailers, and that's for good reason. Like, Aqua, to a certain extent, you can almost think of her as a secondary main protagonist. We played as her throughout Birth by Sleep alongside Terra, and Ventus. And then of course she got her own little small installment in Kingdom Hearts 2.8 with Kingdom Hearts 0.2 Birth by Sleep. So she's had a fair amount of screen time, and it's absolutely heart-wrenching to see something like this happen to such a beloved character. All she has done is sacrifice herself in order to save her friends, so, you know, this fate that she is currently facing, it's sad. It's tearing the community apart, dude. In the comment section down below, let me know your thoughts and opinions towards this. I know you guys will definitely have some thoughts and opinions. So scream at me, yell at me, dude. Alright guys, I've been Cynical. Hopefully you guys are having a fantastic day, and until next time, I'll catch you guys later. Peace.